to watch this recording. My name is Marilyn Mayberry, and I'm excited to introduce once again Christine Gosse as she shares her incredible talents and knowledge today. She is very skilled and an expert in the Reiki energy healing, and she's going to share a lot of different tools there for you to connect with and learn about. Christine is started Lavender Lane and is also co-owner of Lavender Lane, where we're bringing you this webinar series today. Take it away, Christine.
Hi everyone, thanks Marilyn. I was laughing this morning because I had, okay, I'm going to do a formal presentation about Reiki, and every time I tried to put a PowerPoint or something formal together, I got told no from Spirit. So today I'm basically I just want to share how Reiki has transformed my life and tell you a little bit about it. And a lot of it will be channeled from Spirit because apparently they have a message today. And I will be taking you through and doing a distance Reiki treatment on you. So it's awesome because Reiki energy is universal life force energy, and energy is independent of time and space. So even if you're watching this later on the recording on our YouTube channel, you're still going to receive that healing because it's there as soon as you are open to receiving it. My Reiki journey started 5 years ago. I was in a really low place, really burnt out. I had come through a separation and I was having issues with my daughter with her ADHD and the behaviors in the school. I was working for a corporation at that point, and it just wasn't gelling anymore. My values and the values of where I was working were not in alignment, and I was just looking for, initially it was my daughter's ADHD that I was looking for a treatment for, but Reiki found me as well, and it transformed my life. And I'm so thankful that I found it because I don't know where I'd be without it. I use Reiki every day. Reiki is it's the white light. It's the energy that connects every cell in your body and gives them the inborn intelligence. It's our birthright. It is something that we naturally do anyway. So, for example, if you hit your elbow, what are you going to do? You rub it. You work with the energy, and that dissipates the pain. Similarly, if your child falls in and hurts themselves, what are you going to do? You're going to kiss it better and transform that energy. So we intuitively already use it. And once you're attuned to Reiki, that ability just goes up by a factor of at least 10. And there's 3 levels of Reiki. So at the level 1, we really work on healing the body. And level 2, we work on the mental and emotional aspects of healing. And then we also are taught symbols, and which allow us to do distance healing, which is what I'm going to be doing today, which are extremely powerful because then you can send healing through time and space and distance. I've done 2 healings in Saudi Arabia through distance healing, and they had extremely powerful effects on the recipients. One was able to overcome her chemotherapy symptoms, which she was dealing with breast cancer, and ended up going into remission. And the other woke up from a coma. It is such a beautiful energy. It goes exactly where it's needed. It has its own intelligence, and it's directly from source. As practitioners, we're channeling the white light down through our crown chakras, through our heart, into our hands. So the energy is not coming from me per se. I can shape it. I can influence it with my intentions, and I really like to do a good thorough history with my clients to find out how they're doing on a physical level, on an emotional level, and what is their mental and spiritual process, so that we can kind of identify what some of the issues are. I will already know which chakras I have to really focus on. Do I need to cut cords? Do I need to cut soul contracts that no longer serve? Take everything that doesn't serve us and remove it. And that's what we'll be doing today during your healing that you will be receiving. Reiki, I use Reiki on literally everything. So I protect myself, protect and shield myself, my child, my home, my animals, my car, my business, my community, and then I encompass the world when I'm doing my sessions. We're also able to send healing back through time when we're working with people, because traumas are passed down through our ancestry. And if you have had, grandparents and parents who have lived through wars, we really don't want that in our energy body. We tend to take things on from people that we care about. And as empaths, we tend to want to help. So, but taking other people's baggage on is not going to help us move forward on our own journey. We have to be able to help. Sometimes by releasing it ourselves, we heal them, and life is better for everyone. Then your relationships with them improve as well. So that is level 2 is really a huge step up in your power and your ability to help. And level 3 is the Reiki Master Teacher level. So you're taught to attune people to receive the Reiki energy and to be able to use it in their hands. It's a ritual. It's very sacred, and it's supremely, profoundly affecting. Each level's attunement feels very different. It's quite interesting from an energetic level. And I love teaching. So we actually, teach the teachers, right? So you're taught all the master symbols, which are so important for attuning others, and you're given the materials to grow and teach others. So, which is so much fun. When the pandemic is over, I will be running a Reiki 1 course, because I feel like a lot of people will have come to a point where they're like, okay, this has been a huge time of reevaluation for my life. I need to start living my soul purpose and not just doing the 9 to 5 and running kids around and, just being back on the hamster wheel. We need to make a change and start moving ourselves forward, our families forward, our community, and our world, to elevate the vibration and help with ascension, so that we are all moving towards unity and taking care of each other. That is really what we are here on this earth for at this time. Mother Earth is ready to ascend. Her resonance, her frequency has been increasing over the past 6 months quite dramatically. So we need to support her as well. There's 5 Reiki principles. And if we can live by these, the world would be a much better place. And it's much more peaceful within ourselves when we attempt to do this. And I say attempt because we're all human. We're not perfect, and we need to allow ourselves compassion and self-forgiveness for that. We're all doing our best with what knowledge and what experiences we've had at that time. So the first one is, just for today, I will not worry. This is a supremely important one right now. It really, really points to the fact that we cannot affect things in the past. We cannot affect things much in the future. We need to really focus on how we are right now, because worry is a really negative, low vibrational energy. So it pulls us down, and puts us into fear. And that is not, nothing comes good of that. We need to live in the present and just realize that that's the only thing that we can affect, and try to observe things more like, okay, so you see something bad happen. For example, the COVID virus. Look at all the good things that are coming out of it. Climate improvement. Animals are happier and healthier. The community, the world community has come together to really work together. So that's our first principle. The second principle is I will not be angry. When we're angry, anger is okay. It's not a bad emotion, but if you hold on to it, it means that you have allowed someone to put a negative cord of attachment into your energy body, which means they're taking your energy and you've given them permission. So cutting the cord, so I literally cut the cord, pull it out of where I'm feeling it on my body, cut the cord and forgive them. And it's not forgiving what they did, it's forgiving the person for being a human and screwing up. And the forgiveness is not for them, and it does not excuse them, but the action, but it's for you. So that energy charge does not get stored in your body, because those kinds, that negativity will get stored in your liver and make you sick. We don't want that. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. We all need to be working in integrity, and we all feel best when we're working to our highest good for ourselves and for our community. Just for today, I will be thankful for my blessings. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrating frequencies. And just being, if you're feeling really low, just saying, I'm grateful for the sunshine today. I'm grateful for the blue sky, for the birds, for the flowers. Just that brings your energy level up, brings your mood up, and it brings blessings. The more you are grateful, the more energy, positive energy you're putting out into the universe, the more comes back to you. It actually comes back trifold usually, which is awesome. Just for today, I will treat others as I would treat myself. This is a universal golden rule that is present in every spiritual tradition. We need to realize that we're all one. We're individual expressions of a collective consciousness, of a unified body. Light body? Light body. And the more we realize that we're one, it means we need to stop judging each other. We need to stop, basically we need to equalize opportunities. We need to equalize and take care of each other. This pandemic has really pointed to all the holes in our social network, and that really needs to be shifted and changed. So those are the 5 principles of Reiki. And you don't have to try to use them all at once or all on the same day, because you know, as humans, stuff happens. Things break down, technology doesn't work properly. We have chats with our family members or our colleagues. We just have to go, okay, catch yourself, reset, and this can happen every second or every moment if it needs to happen, if you're having a particularly challenging day, right? So forgive yourself. Get rid of the self-judgment, because all that does is hurt you, okay? And we really want you to work towards being your best self. I found through practicing Reiki, learning Reiki, my intuitive hits have increased. The way I'm guided is more clear. This morning was hilarious because I had several different plans for this presentation and they just went, nope, nope, nope. So it's fun. It's fun when you're playing with spirit. I look at it as an adventure, and I never know what's going to happen. But the more you listen to your intuition, the easier it becomes to stay on your path. Even as and if I ignore it, I get into trouble. So it can be something as simple as, oh, don't turn that way if I'm out in the vehicle. And if I do, oh shoot, there's a traffic jam because there's an accident or there's a cop. A little bit of a heavy foot. Although I've been good lately. You know, it's so simple, yet it's so ignored or lost in all the other noise that happens during the day. So this has been a great time to kind of reconnect and really look at what is important to me. And if I listen to my guides and my angels, then life is so much simpler. Doesn't always make sense intellectually, I have to say, because I'm like, what do you mean you don't want a plan? Going into a presentation this morning, I'm like, alrighty then. But that's the fun of it. I look at energy work as fun. And helping to people peel the layers of the onion that is their mental, emotional, spiritual world and issues. You peel each layer off and you start to see the true you that can connect to your higher self, to your guides, to your angels, and your life purpose and soul purpose start to come out. And it's just such a beautiful thing to watch, and it's an honor to guide this. So thank you. Okay, so I want you to be comfortable, either lying down or sitting down. And I'm going to take you through a distance Reiki treatment today. So I'm going to show you my stones this time. So there are 7 main body chakras, plus the ground. Now for ground today, I'm going to use black tourmaline. It is a beautiful grounding, balancing stone. It's one of my favorites. I have it everywhere. I use stones in my daily life all the time. They're in my pockets, they're on my wrists, they're in my office, in my house. For root is located between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Today I'm using a garnet. This garnet is quite dark, but it is red. You can use red or black for the root. Now, your sacral. Sacral is just behind your belly button, and it is orange. It is carnelian. This one's a carnelian. I like it. It's really pretty. Sacral is super important for dealing with your emotions, and how to express them. The next one is right here between, basically just under your rib cage, and this one is a very pale yellow citrine button. The next chakra is your heart chakra, and I'm using a green aventurine. The heart chakra is important because it's the interface between the lower body chakras and the upper chakras. So physical and spirit meet here. The next chakra is your throat, and this is a blue lace agate. I really like this stone. It's so important for communication and healthy boundaries. And if you have a thyroid issue, it's a good thing to have under your pillow at night and in your pocket. The next one is the third eye, which is right between the eyebrows. And I'm using an amethyst. This one's a pale purple. One of my favorite stones. It really helps to calm anxiety. And then the last one I'm using is a clear quartz. This one's actually kind of milky, I like it. But that goes on the crown, which is at the top of your head. All right, and that is how we connect to the divine, the source, creator, God, whatever you, universe, whatever you want to call it. There's no one way to connect to your higher, to the higher echelons. It's really an individual thing, and there is no one way to do it because we're also individual. And we have to be forgiving of that in ourselves and others because it changes and shifts. And it's fun because it's an exploration. All right, so first off, oh yes, my other toy I've got here today is a Janessa orb. So this, it's a sphere. It's made of copper. I actually got this one at the 9th vibration in Guelph. I really like this. It's fun to play with. It is an amplifier of energy. So what I'm going to do is fill it with white light. And I'm going to bless this healing to your greatest and highest good across all lifetimes, past, present, and future, and across all dimensions in reality. Right, so just going to take a quick scan with my pendulum of the root chakras. Oh boy. All right, so we're really not grounded. We want our chakras to be about that big around. So this big around is not great because it means you're not connected to Mother Earth. That means that the energy cannot flow back and forth between heaven and earth through you and through your chakras, which we need to stay healthy. So we're going to fix that. Okay, roots. So family issues, home. Whoa, this is huge. Money. Money is a huge issue right now. Security. Male relationship issues. These are all located here. That's also too big. Sacral. Okay, this one's a bit better, but still too big. So as I mentioned before, sacral is our emotional center. How we're going to express things. How are we going to stuff them, or are we going to express them? Female relationships tend to be here, and creative expression. A lot of us don't take enough time to draw, to write, to sing, to dance, to express ourselves creatively. There's not enough time. Well, guess what? We got time now. All right, so we're going to check solar plexus, which is right between the rib cage, just below. Oh my goodness, that's big too. So, our solar plexus is important. Our liver is here. That's where we store anger. Gallbladder is resentment. We take things into our stomach, which is why some people get ulcers. And then on the left side, you've got the spleen, which is where we store guilt. So a really important chakra. When we get angry, people put a cord into our solar plexus and steal our power. They steal our energy, and we really don't want that. Okay, so now we're going to be going to the heart chakra. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is about as big as my pendulum can get, which means that we're putting all our energy out to people. So that's, although it's nice, and that's how mostly, especially women, have been conditioned that it's better to give than receive, that can't keep going on, otherwise you're going to be ill. And if there's that much energy going out of your heart chakra, you're going to be stuck in a loop up in your upper chakras, which is going to make the anxiety go up and up and grow. So it means that there's no energy getting to your body, and that's really not healthy. Okay, foot chakra. Oh, goodness. So it's really, really small. So throat chakra is where we speak our truth. We know our truth in our gut. We speak it here, or we should speak it here. Here's that should word again. It's about communication and healthy boundaries. If you have an issue here, you may have some thyroid issues come up. Okay, third eye. Okay. This is huge. So third eye is where we see our truth, our visioning. However, if it's in all of our intellect, how we see things. If it's too big, it means that you've got too much anxiety going on there. And then crown. Also big, but not as big as the third eye. So this profile is just looking like I'm overwhelmed. There's too much energy coming in. So we really need to watch the information that we're taking into ourselves and making sure that we're shielding with white light or purple light before we look at our computer, before we look at the news, radio. We just need to be aware of what we're taking in and realize that it's not happening to us. There's been a lot of tragedy in Nova Scotia and in nursing homes, and we're all feeling the grief, and it can be overwhelming. All right, so now I'm going to put this. I'm going to put the chakra stones to represent your body on the table, and I'm going to perform a Reiki session for you. Okay, and I will take you through. I will basically describe what might be there, and we're going to release it together. All right, so it's kind of a combination distance Reiki and a bit of a meditation on your heart. All right, so this is going to ground. I'm going to call it. So we'll start at your solar plexus. And bring the white light in. Bless this healing to your greatest and highest good across all lifetimes, past, present, and future, across all dimensions and lives. You're going to be doing the front and the back of you at the same time to get a good, thorough clean out. We're going to pass this healing back to your ancestry. So that the inherited traumas stop, that they're not passed on to your children. And we cut the cords, negative cords of attachment, soul contracts that don't no longer work. Your good is the highest good. Any vows, oaths, anything that does not serve you will be released now. I'm asking Archangel Michael to sweep your chakras of anything negative and to help you move towards your life purpose. I'm asking Archangel Raphael to bathe you in emerald green healing light. Releasing anger, resentment, guilt, all that doesn't serve you. And I'm taking that and I'm sending it to the earth through my feet. My tree roots are rooted. There's a crystal in the center of the earth, and we're going to send everything that doesn't serve us into that crystal so that Mother Earth can transmute it to love and light. Okay. So I'm gently going to walk down your body with my hands towards your sacral chakra. What I'm noticing is I'm actually not able to move all that fast because I'm getting stuck. So what I'm going to do is we're going to sweep, sweep all that heavy energy down from your trunk, down your legs, out your feet, and into the earth. Okay. All right, so now we're to your sacral chakra, right behind your belly button. And we're going to be making that beautiful orange stone glow. Stir white light into that orange stone. And release all the emotional stuff that's sitting there. And it could be right back to childhood. It doesn't serve you anymore. Keep the love, keep the lessons, and release it. Down through your feet, through your tree roots, into the beautiful crystal in the center of the earth. And you're going to cut the cords here as well. Everything that doesn't serve you needs to be released now. Okay, and just above your hips now. And I'm going to cut over the root, the beautiful red stone. And I'm going to release what's sitting here. worries about home, family, security, our closest relationships, relationships with males in our life, worries about security, worries about money. All this needs to be released so that the universe will bring what is needed to you. If we put worry out into the world, it blocks that flow of abundance to us. And that's the last thing we need right now. So we're going to cut the cords and release everything that doesn't serve us. And any emotions that come up, just observe them, say thank you, and now I release you. Thank you for showing me that. They have to be acknowledged, otherwise they will stick. But I release you now because you don't serve my highest good anymore. All the old stuff needs to go so that we can restart. Okay, so we're going to sweep out your legs. Spend some time at your knees. Get rid of any pain there. Pain in the lower extremities can indicate that there's fear of moving forward. And I think all of us are kind of unsure about what that's going to look like at this moment in time, right? So that's okay. It's all right to be unsure. But look at it as an adventure. We can't control it necessarily, but we can control our response to it. Look at it as an adventure, and the universe has lots of surprises, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. Might it be upsetting? Sure. But things have to change. I think that's the biggest message from this pandemic. All right, so we're going to brush out your shins. Put my hands on your ankles. You can address the fear of moving forward by just realizing that you only need to take one step at a time. And you can ask your angels and guides to show you each step, like with a really clear sign. You can ask for a dime. You can ask for messages in the clouds. Like, if you ask for messages, they will show you. It is quite amazing. Okay, I'm stuck again. So I'm going to tell you a story. I actually can't move right now. So, okay, so probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was learning about Archangel Michael and the archangels and angels and ascended masters. And Archangel Michael I really connect with him. He resonates with me. And he's such a powerful archangel, and he's a protector. We were on a family trip, and my stepmom was really anxious about the drive and worried about, being loose and deer on the road and us getting into an accident. And I'm like, okay, this is not the energy we want to be doing. So I was sitting in the car and I was just like praying and talking to Archangel Michael. And I'm like, just give us some signs that you're protecting us, please. We stopped at a restaurant, went in for dinner. We come out afterwards. I look up in the sky, and there's this beautiful cloud, and there's Archangel with his sword of light and wings, and I just said, Lauren, my daughter, do you see that? She's like, oh my goodness, it's an angel, it's Michael. It was fantastic. And then the following morning, we had gone out for a little drive that evening, and then stayed at the hotel. And the next morning we come out, and there is white feathers all over the front grill of our car, and we're like, what the heck? Because we didn't hit a bird. And it just felt so good because I knew we were protected. He sent us like a ton of feathers to show that he had us surrounded in his wings. It was just a beautiful thing. I see. You wanted your story told. Cool. So ask for signs, because they will be delivered. The universe is pretty amazing. All right, so now I'm at your feet. And we're going to ground you into Mother Earth. We're going to send our tree roots down into the earth. Send all that doesn't serve you there into that beautiful crystal, and ask her to transmute these things to love and light. We don't need these things anymore. They've served their purpose, they've taught us our lessons, and now we're ready to move on. Send everything from the solar plexus down, all the things that are coming up for you, down into that crystal. And you can do this anytime. It doesn't have to be a concentrated session like this one. If you tune into your body and feel which chakra is bothering you, just connect and send it down to the earth. All right, so that's the bottom half of your body done. We're coming back to the heart. Oh, this chakra is huge. So let's bring it in and back to yourself, please. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to it's like on an airplane, you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first so you can help your family and friends. You need a full bucket. Self-care is super important. So thank you for participating today. So relationships with self, with others, our ability to heal, and compassion. And self-compassion is most important. We need to stop judging ourselves. We need to realize we're doing the best we can with the resources we have at this time. And that's okay. I find even myself, it's the shoulds that are getting me right now. Because I've never had this much time off in a long time. But I'm not getting as much as I thought I would have done. I thought I would have had my house cleaned by now, but no. I'm finding everything's taking longer than it normally would. I don't really understand it, but that's the way it has to be right now. And I'm learning a lot right now. We've learned a lot about technology in the past few weeks, so it's all very time consuming, but it's allowing us to connect, so I'm quite happy with it. Okay, I'm going to use the Janessa word here. I'm blessing this feeling to your greatest and highest good. Grief tends to sit in this chakra. Please release it down through your tree roots into the center of the earth. That's making my legs shake. That's pretty cool. Release all that doesn't serve you, but keep the love and the lessons. Cut any negative soul contracts, vows, oaths, negative cords of attachment, anything that doesn't serve you, we're going to cut and send to the center of the earth. Okay, so our throat chakra, throat chakra was extremely small, and we need that expanded. So I'm actually going to pull it open. So this is about communication, speaking your truth. Some of us may be trying to keep the peace right now because we're in close proximity and we can't get away from people in our households. But it's also about healthy boundaries and making sure that you're not taken for granted, that people are actually, you're asking to be appreciated. Speak the truth. All this stress activates cortisol in your body, which is a stress hormone, and it actually attacks your thyroid, which is a major driver of our metabolism. So if we're feeling sluggish, that can be part of the issues. We need to keep our stress under control. And we need to communicate to people so that they are respecting our boundaries, appreciating us, and we're communicating well. Finally, communicating our truth. Good. This of all of them, this chakra feels the luckiest so far. Third eye. This is where we see our truth. Wow, this one's active. Okay. So I'm going to use the Janessa herb again on that purple stone. I'm going to pass this healing back through ancestry. So anything that we picked up from our parents, grandparents, etc. is released. And everything that we're transmitting by accident to our children will stop. Right now, because we're in such close proximity, we are feeding off each other's and amplifying each other's energy. So that's not a healthy thing. I'm going to bring this back in because there's just too much going on in this chakra. So release your anxiety, release all those repetitive thoughts, and send them down through your tree roots into the earth. All that does not serve me, I release now. This is for your greatest and highest good. Okay, so now we're at your crown. On the top of your head, this is where we are connecting to the divine, to your higher self. Our higher self can see the bigger picture. And I'm sure it laughs at us on a regular basis when we're worried about things. Because you will look back at it later and realize it didn't really matter at all. So when this chakra is too open, it allows too much energy into our chakra system, and we get overwhelmed. And some people feel depressed. It can lead to psychiatric issues if we're not careful. So just honor everything that's coming up with this chakra. Say thank you, I see you. I release you, I keep the love and lessons, and everything that does not serve me, I'm sending to the center of the earth through my roots. Very good. So I'm going to be using the Janessa orb to, over the quartz crystal, to amplify the healing. And I'm going to be sending mental and emotional healing as well. Allow any emotions that come up to be released. They're not allowed back in your body, and send them to the center of the earth where they can be transmuted to love and light. I'm going back to your feet. I'm going to reground you. My hands are on your ankles. So envision white light coming down through your crown, all the way down through your chakra system, lighting up all of those crystals so that they're glowing and radiating light outward in ripples. So you're a beautiful, clean, clear light being. Send all that doesn't serve you to the center of the earth. Dear Mother Earth, please transmute all that doesn't serve us to love and light. Thank you so much. So I'm going to take my selenite block. It's a beautiful balancing stone. And I'm going to tap the top of your head, which I'm going to pretend is the genus that we're doing now. And then we're going to sway your body. Tap your feet for mind, body, and spirit. Back at your feet, and we're just going to finish up the session. May this healing be blessed to your greatest and highest good across all lifetimes, past, present, and future, all dimensions and realities. Thank you. Namaste. Now, I'm going to check the pendulum one more time and see where we're at. So ground, fantastic. We're back to that size again. Oh, root is amazing. All right. Fantastic. Sacral is in alignment. Solar plexus. Great. Heart. Wonderful. It's back to focusing on you and your health. That has to come first. Throat chakra. It's open. So don't let it shut again, please. Make sure you speak your truth kindly, and don't let people overstep your boundaries. Okay? Third eye. Oh, that's much calmer. That is wonderful. Crown. Same thing. So we're all balanced and everything is to that beautiful chakra size. So I hope you enjoyed this session. If anything comes up, please feel free to contact us. And we are doing virtual Reiki and chakra balancing sessions via Zoom, FaceTime, and Skype. So thank you so much for joining us today. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Christine. I once again am buzzing from that healing session. It was fantastic. Thank you for all your expertise and your healing and sharing that with everyone today.
You're very welcome. I can trim it later.